A lot of you guys have been asking for my thoughts on a certain announcement Disney made a little while back. That announcement being that we are going to get a live-action remake of Moana. Yeah, that movie that everyone's totally already happy with, and it's not even 10 years old. And in their announcements, they have also confirmed that we're going to get basically the exact same cast, the exact same characters, and the exact same music. Now, when an announcement like this comes along, there's just one little question I can't help but ask.
What's the point?
Disney, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? It's such a joke at this point how willy-nilly Disney is with the live-action remakes. And does anyone on this earth defend them anymore? Maybe at first some people were into them. Cinderella was okay, I guess. Jungle Book certainly has its fans. But as it's gone on and on, I think we've all come to agree how stupid and pointless these things are. Did anyone watch the Pinocchio remake unironically? Anyone at all? Is there anyone on this earth who likes the Lion King remake? God, that was embarrassing, man. Like, that was the moment where Disney should have taken a look at themselves and gone, oh man, what have we done? What have we become? What have we fallen to? But no, it's gotten even more shameless. Now we're gonna remake Moana? Is there any reason at all to do that other than money? That it's Disney, I guess that's the main driving force behind it. It really surprises me, and I guess it shouldn't, but it still surprises me that this kind of thing can happen. I guess what mainly surprises me is the fact that Dwayne Johnson is so enthusiastic about it. I mean, we all know why he's doing it. His Black Adam stuff fell through, and that was the big thing that he thought he was going to put his everything into, so that probably fell through, and he probably went straight to Disney and went, okay, I want to be in charge of a different big thing that I'm passionate about, so now let's do another Moana movie. Now look, I do like Dwayne Johnson. I honestly really like Dwayne Johnson, despite some of the just objectively moronic stuff he's done, but still, I believe he's passionate about the Maui character. It really came across in his performance, and he's clearly having a lot of fun with the guy, and I also really do believe he's passionate about his Hawaiian heritage. But here's what I don't understand at all. And yeah, I'm not Hawaiian, so maybe I'm not the right guy to speak on this, but I am really into Hawaiian mythology and culture, and I'm legit curious about this. Dwayne, if you're so passionate about this character and your Hawaiian heritage, why wouldn't you want to do more with it? Why wouldn't you want to explore more avenues with it instead of just rehashing something that's already been done? You know, why don't they make a Moana sequel? Moana ended with her and her tribe voyaging out in search of new lands. That's such easy material to go into a sequel with. You could have them discover some new hostile territory with people that they have to help. You could do something similar to what How to Train Your Dragon 2 did. Like, it's very simple. There are so many Polynesian myths and stories you can pull from, and yet you're only gonna pull from one and just redo that one. They even barely pulled from that one because, honestly, the Moana movie isn't super accurate to mythology, though the Maui character is very well done as an adaptation of Maui. And that's why, even if you don't want to do Moana 2, you know what you could do? You could just make a sequel and just call it Maui if you want. Make a movie about Maui having to redeem himself now that he has the hook back. I mean, spoiler alert for the movie, but come on, you've seen the movie. Or you could make a Maui prequel. Maui's backstory is interesting. Like, how much more deep and interesting would it be to see Maui get abandoned by his parents and see him find purpose in doing things for humanity and using the powers of the gods? Wouldn't that be a more interesting story than just Moana again? Like, the same story done again? Hell, you can make it live action. I'll still watch that. You can make a live action sequel or a live action prequel or spin-off or do a completely separate Hawaiian story. I mean, honestly, it kind of feels like Disney only cares about diversity sometimes when they're like checking off a box. And Disney can do diversity very well. Soul is very good, Encanto is very good, Coco is very good, obviously Moana is very good. But it's so annoying to see them do something with it once and then just be like, great, we don't need to study that material ever again because we can just keep making money off this one thing we made off of it. Do you realize how many amazing Hawaiian stories are out there that you could easily make material out of? Why don't you make a movie about Pele and Kamapua'a, the two gods who started out as enemies and then became lovers? That could be a fun, romantic, silly Disney movie. Or hell, if you want to make something more deep, why don't you make a movie about the Night Marchers, the ghostly spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors who travel through the lands revisiting places where they fought great battles? That could be a very deep and thought-provoking Disney movie. If what you want is name recognition, make a movie about King Kamehameha. I guarantee you tons of people will at least check that out upon hearing about it due to curiosity after they hear the name. I don't know if you've heard, but Kamehameha is a very popular term due to a certain anime. Honestly, my favorite scene in the Moana movie is when Maui sings You're Welcome. And not just because it's a really fun and catchy song, but because it's a callback to so many things that are actually in the Polynesian myth of Maui. It's a big showcase that the creators actually did a lot of research into the character before making this movie. And that comes across not only in that song, but in how the character talks about his backstory about being abandoned, and also in the attitude he has. Maui is a very cocky, arrogant guy, and that comes across in this movie while still being likable enough to be a Disney character. That's a lot of real effort that I appreciate, but it's sad that it seems like the message Disney wants to get across is, you get one. We'll put that effort in once per culture, and that's it. I mean, I know there's also the Lilo and Stitch movie, and that's a good movie too, but I'm talking about Hawaiian mythology here. Like, Hawaiian town life is more the Lilo and Stitch thing. As a guy who really, really loves mythology, it's really fun for me to see Disney do movies like Hercules and Moana, but it bums me out to see them just get completely wasted after that. You'd think that when Disney creators dive into this research, they'd say, hey, you know, we found all this other stuff that we could make sequels or an expanded, story about, but I guess we don't get things like that. Look, this may seem like a pretty ridiculous thing to complain about because, truthfully, these remakes are harmless at the end of the day. They don't hurt anybody, they can easily be ignored, and obviously people like me aren't the target audience for this kind of thing. Or maybe we are, because I love the Moana movie. I mean, so are they marketing to people who love the original or not? I can't really tell what their motivations are anymore. But here's what's annoying about it, is the missed potential. Like, Disney's obviously pouring a lot of money and resources into these remakes that literally nobody wants. One look at the dislike ratio on announcements like these makes that very clear, Disney. Especially when you have the whole original cast back together for it. I feel like their talents are being wasted here when they could be being put into another story. The Moana movie wasn't super Polynesian mythically accurate aside from the Maui stuff, but you know what it is? Because it was a good movie on its own and it garnered a large audience, it's an opportunity now to make sequels or spin-offs or just other separate movies that do dive more into Hawaiian mythology culture accurately. Obviously not super accurately, you're still Disney, there's certain things we don't need to show, like the way Maui actually died. I made a video about that a long time ago. But obviously you can tell what I'm trying to say here. I believe Disney has the power to really showcase these cool, amazing stories that people may not know about, but instead they're wasting it on name recognition they already have. A lot similar to what Netflix has done with this Queen Cleopatra show. A show that was supposed to showcase black-skinned queens you may not have heard of, but instead took a non-black-skinned queen everyone has already heard of and just reimagined her in their own way. Mistakes like that are ridiculous when you have such easy, better things that are gift-wrapped for you that can accomplish the exact goal you're setting out to do and make people happier as a result of it and really accomplish something, instead of just wasting it on doing the cheap, lazy, easy thing that no one's gonna like anyway. That's what bums me out about it. Obviously, I'm still gonna go see the movie in the end because it's a mythology-based thing and you're all gonna want to hear my thoughts on it. But honestly, guys, you need to stop watching these Disney live-action remakes. Hell, I didn't watch the last... how many? I don't even know how many it's been at this point. Oh, God. Oh, boy. First I hear about Hercules, now this. But what are your thoughts on it? I'm pretty sure, again, based on the reaction I've already seen to this film, I can tell what a lot of your thoughts are going to be. But you know what I would really love to hear from you guys? What's a mythological story, particularly a Hawaiian mythological story, that you think would make a great Disney movie, and how? Let's show Disney that us, just random people on the internet, can come up with better ideas than they can. So, yeah, I think that could be a fun idea. But other than that, I don't know how to end videos.